everybody, welcome to my channel. Happy New Year. I hope everybody's 2018 has started off really well. I have covered my desk with this really pretty Tim Holtz paper that I received in some Happy Mail because it was just getting really distracting, the colors and the scrapes underneath, so I just covered it. So I don't know if it'll stay here because it's pretty and I work on this desk, but anyway. This video I'm going to talk about my plans for 2018 for journaling and archiving our memories. So I don't really use planners as planners are intended. I use them as an archival system. I like to keep track of the things that I do in my life and the things that we do as a family. I have really, really bad memory, and I just think it's the way that my brain is built. I don't think it's like a health issue or anything. I just think that I can, if something sparks my memory, I can recall the instance, but as far as remembering appointments or things that I have to do, or just coming up with the recall on itself, like if you asked me what we did last weekend, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'd have to look in to what I wrote down, to what we did, and then I would be able to remember everything we did. I just don't have recall, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but anyway, so I use these notebooks as a system to try to keep a hold of those memories because I can't recall them on my own. So I have 3 notebooks here. I have the Travelers Company monthly passport insert. I have my planner, I guess, of our weekly stuff, and then I have my personal journal. So I'm gonna walk through you. I'm gonna walk you through the notebooks that I have and why I'm using them, and kind of give you a sneak peek into how they are gonna work for the year. So this is, like I said, the Travelers Company. All of the notebooks are from the Travelers Company, including the covers. Anyway, this one is for my mail keeping. So if you don't know, I am an avid letter writer. I cannot speak today. And so I kind of fell behind a little bit last year at the end of the year. Starting in December, we had a lot of stuff happen to us here in Florida and just in the family and personal, and I kind of fell off the wagon and I stopped keeping track and things just fell behind. So I used the stickers that came inside this little thing, and it was huge for me to use these because I usually just hoard them, but I did use them right off the bat, so that's exciting. So I just decorated the cover with the stickers that were provided, and it has a year to glance, which is nice, but I doubt I'll use it. Maybe I can write down each day how many letters I sent and how many I received in the end. I don't know how I'll do that. I didn't use December just because I just did not do enough to justify using it in December, but I have started it in January. So I've created a little system here using different color inks. I have these, the Sarasa vintage pens, and I had them, here they are. I love these pens. I'm obsessed with these pens. I got these for Christmas from one of my favorite people on this planet, Jamie, if you're watching. And I didn't use them for a long time, for like 3 weeks, even though I really wanted to, and then just decided I love them, and so what better way to use them than just use them in something that I have to use every day. So I'm using the red one to document my incoming mail and this lighter blue one to document my outgoing mail, and I've written it right here, and then every day I just write down what came in and what went out. And then I'm also doing, I'm starting post-crossing again. I kind of fell off the wagon with that, along with everything else. So I'm just documenting right here with simple tally marks how many are going out, how many came in, and then I don't know if you can tell, but right here I'm writing a little number to document that I sent 8 cards out, and that's because I maxed out my profile and just sent 8 out altogether. So yeah, that's how I'll be using this. I will not probably take it, I'll probably just leave it on my desk, but it's small and it's simple, and I hope I don't get 10 letters in one day because I don't think my handwriting can get much smaller than this. So yeah, I like this system. I think it will work better than the system that I was using last year, which is when I was just writing things down and I was putting them in my archived planner, and it just didn't work. It looked pretty, but it wasn't functional. So that's what I'm going to use that for. This will be the weekly kind of planner layout. So I'm using the Olive Edition. And in here I have a folder, my writing board, and of course some stickers that I got from the sticker sheet that came with these planners, the 2-pack. And I hope I'm centered here, yeah. I've already kind of decorated it using the supplies that came in the sticker packs, and I'm not hoarding them this year. That's one of the big things that I want to kind of force myself into doing. I just do not want to hoard anything. I want to use it because I'm starting to drown in the supplies that I have. So here is the, I think, second to last week in December. Yeah. So I haven't done any of my journaling. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this already. I've covered up some private things that I just don't want out there on social media. So this is the week before Christmas and Christmas Eve. This is the week of Christmas and then New Year's Eve. And this is for this week. So I've written down, I am again doing what I did last year, writing down in here as well the letters that come in and come out. I like it for now, but I have 30 so pen pals, maybe even a little more than that now. And once I start getting on a system, I feel like I'll be getting a letter every single day, and we'll see if I just use only this as opposed to putting it all in here, because this is for documenting what we do as a family as well as the things that I do personally for me. But if I just don't want to become repetitive, so we'll see. I wrote down the letters in the country, or the countries that I sent my post-crossing cards to, and then I got a letter, so I put the postage stamp, and then I got a new tea, so I put my tea tag in here, and the rest is purely decorative. So yeah, I don't write in here as we go. I know some of you are probably wondering, well, how do you keep track if you don't forward plan or write, you know, you try to make it pretty. I do this kind of system where I just roughly scribble down the things that we do every day, and then at the end of the week, I go through and write and make it pretty and use my hand lettering and just get it all in here. Because I don't know day to day what we're doing. I stay home, and 2 of my kids are, well, my only kids are in school. One's in kindergarten all day, one is in VPK half a day. So I do have a couple hours in the morning where it's just myself, but then I pick one kid up and then I get the other kid. And anyway, you don't need to hear that. But so I'm just saying that I don't have a daily, everyday schedule. I do not go to work. I do not do something every single day repetitively. So I just write down what my day was, and if I think that it deserves to go in here, then I'll put it in here. If it's something monotonous, like going to the grocery store or doing laundry, like I wrote, I wrote those things in here because that's what my day consisted of. If it's just not important enough to put in here, I just won't even do it. But as far as, you know, keeping track, I'll write it down. So anyway, yeah, that's how I'm using the planner. I have postage stamps in here already. But yeah, this is purely archival. This is not a purposeful planner. This is not a keep it on track planner, purely archival. And let's see, I have one from a couple years ago. Actually, I think this was the first half of last year. So you can see that it is just purely decorative. It's not purposeful. It's not, I love this spread with all the stamps. Yeah, it's not, it's just purely archival and pretty. And if I need to recall something, like the reason this is out is because I had to have something serviced, and I had to look in here and find out when we bought it. It's there, you know, because I wrote that down. But anyway, I'm rambling. So that's what this is for. Long story short. So this one is my Ace Edition camel that I got for Christmas. So I'm going to be using this. This just feels just so much thicker than the olive. If you have both of these, can you tell me if I'm crazy or if they really, there is a thickness? I guess I could just show it on camera. I guess it's not that much thicker, but it is a little bit. I'm going to be using this for my personal journal, and you'll see how I'm going to use it. But I've got this 4-off insert that I also got from Jamie for Christmas. Thank you so much. I'm obsessed and I love this color. So I've got that in here. I haven't put anything in it yet because I haven't figured out what I want to use supply-wise. And in here I just have a craft insert. Now I created this insert, I'm pretty sure on my channel, or maybe it was a collaboration with the Paper Seahorse, but I filmed a video decorating this, and I can't remember if it's on my channel or Tona's, but this was meant for a Traveler's Notebook snail mail insert. That's why I created it, so I could write a letter in it and send it to a pen pal who wanted to do the Traveler's Notebook snail mail. And I lost it after I filmed the video, and then I found it again and decided it was just too pretty and I loved it and I wanted to use it for my journal. And it was already decorated, so I didn't have to worry about decorating it. So I've just taped in a glassine envelope in here, and like I said, it was already decorated, and I just have written down a couple things for the beginning of the year. So I've written down a pretty quote here from C.S. Lewis: "There are far better things ahead than any we leave behind." And I just thought that is so fitting for my situation right now. The end of 2017 was just awful for me, and I'm just leaving that all behind and starting new and starting fresh, and I've just written a little note about that. I've got some gratitudes for 2018 from my kids. I asked them what they were grateful for, and my oldest said, "My family. I think that's the only thing I like." And then my youngest one said, "I think daddy, just daddy and mommy," because he like second guessed himself because I was the one who asked him the question, and I think he just didn't want to hurt my feelings. So I thought that was sweet, so I just wrote those down. And then I have a home updates section right here that we added a few nice touches onto our home at literally the last day of the year, and then the first day of the year. So I just wrote those down, and I might add pictures of them in here somewhere, but yeah. So then it continues over here. I do not really participate in the One Little Word project by Allie Edwards. Just because my brain does not function that way, but that does not mean that I haven't chosen a word to kind of guide myself through the year. And so last year my word was grace, and I really lived through grace last year, and I really pushed myself to be more graceful about things, to have more grace for other people, to give people more grace where I would normally be annoyed or upset with that person. I would just give them the grace, accept what they were, and just move past it instead of harboring that. And it really changed my life. It truly did. I did not think it would, but it really did. So my word for this year is establish. There are a lot of things that you can establish. There are a lot of things I want to establish, and it's not with personality traits or just anything. And I've listed a couple things that I want to establish, why I want to establish these things, and you know, whatever. So one of the main things is that our house is really chaotic right now. We're going through some transitions, and I just need to establish some changes to help us become more functional through the year. So I'm just going to read through these really quickly because I know some of you might be curious, and if you are doing a One Little Word project or anything like that, I hope this inspires you. But the first thing is I want to create functional routines for my children after school and during bedtime. I want to establish clean, open, and neat home spaces. I want to establish new and old relationships. I want to establish organization in all parts of the home, but especially the craft and mail supplies. I want to establish new ways to express my feelings. I want to establish ways to save more money and get out of debt. I want to establish home updates to help it feel more like ours. I want to establish boundaries, and I want to establish positivity and grace. So this last one, positivity and grace, because it worked so well for me last year, and it really, I can't even tell you, having that mindset, it just truly changed my life. So I wanted to add that in there because it changed me last year, and I want to kind of bring that in this year, and it works with my word for this year. So that is that. And then just right here I have a cute little quote. My youngest son, Emmett, he's 4. He is obsessed with me right now. And I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what he's going through, but I'm actually surprised that he actually did come in here when I tried to film this before, because he just needed to see where I was. And this is new for him. He's been pretty independent, but just recently he's become super, and I don't think obsessed is the right word, but just very attached. And so he'll just come in and sit on my feet and wrap his arms around my leg and or just sit on my leg, just attach himself to me. And one day, jokingly, I looked down at him while he was sitting on my foot and I said, "Why are you so obsessed with me?" And he looked up at me with these big eyes and he said, "Because I love you." And I just melted. Any mother is probably melting with me right now. I wanted to write that down because that was truly special for me, because Emmett does have some kind of not really behavioral issues. He's got emotional issues. He tends to vary from one spectrum to the other. He can get really, really angry really quickly, and he can be super lovable. It's almost like bipolar, but he's 4, so I can't diagnose him. But yeah, so that was just a truly special moment for him to just say it out loud and to just validate his own feelings, and it was just really special. So anyway, that's how kind of this journal is going to go. I don't know if it'll be a daily journal. I don't know if it'll be personal feelings. I don't know if it'll just be kind of where we put, you know, pictures, kind of like how I did last year, where pictures and journals about things we do. I'm not sure where it's going to go, but right now I like where it's at, so we'll see if we can continue with that. So, and then I just have my Pan Am writing board in here as well, because this paper is kind of thin. And I don't think it bleeds, because I did do a paper test on one of my dip inks, and it doesn't bleed through, but it does warp pretty good. So yeah, I just wanted to have this writing board in here. And then I also have my other vintage Strass clip pen, because I'm obsessed with these things. If you come across them for a really cheap price and want to send me them, I will love you forever. So yeah, that's kind of how it's gonna go for the year. I hope this wasn't too boring and rambly. I know some people hate rambly videos, and I tend to try not to do them because I can get bored sometimes myself with rambly videos, but I think I did a thorough description, I guess, of how I plan on documenting my year. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and leave them down below. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe, because I will be doing updates throughout the year on this, whether I do flip throughs of this or flip throughs of this or whatever. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I'll leave my handle below. Go ahead and follow me over there, because I put some really pretty things over there as well. And I will catch you guys next time. I hope you have a great start to the new year. I hope you have a great year in general. And I will catch you guys later.